How much does a thought weigh? Not in kilograms, of course, but in energy. In the quiet theater of your skull, every moment of intense focus, every loop of worry has a metabolic cost. Functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, doesn't see the thought itself. It sees its footprint. It tracks the flow of oxygenated blood rushing to brain regions that are working harder. A persistent, nagging thought isn't just a feeling. It is a measurable, energy-consuming process, drawing resources and leaving a physical trace. This trace has a name: the engram. It's the hypothetical physical substrate of memory. For decades, scientists hunted for it, and now we understand it's not in one spot. It's a pattern. When you learn something, specific neurons form a new club. They fire together, and as neuroscientist Donald Hebb theorized, they begin to wire together. This isn't a metaphor. The connections between them, the synapses, physically strengthen and grow. An idea, once entertained, has literally changed the physical structure of your brain. A particularly powerful or repeated thought doesn't just build a connection, it carves a canyon. Imagine pouring water on flat dirt. At first, it spreads out, but pour it in the same place again and again, and it carves a path. Future water will naturally flow down that same channel. A traumatic memory, or even a deeply ingrained belief, creates a neurological preference. It becomes easier, more energy efficient for your brain to think that thought again. This is the scar. Consider the earworm, a song stuck on a maddening loop in your head. This is a perfect, harmless example of a thought scar in action. It's what's known as a cognitive itch. The brain recognizes an incomplete pattern in the music, and its attempt to scratch the itch by completing it only makes the neural pathway stronger. Each repetition digs the groove a little deeper, making the song more likely to pop into your head again. You are literally rehearsing a thought until it becomes an involuntary reflex. Now, scale that up from a simple melody to a complex belief. A belief isn't a single thought. It's a superhighway of interconnected thought scars. It's a well-established infrastructure that incoming information is routed through by default. An idea that fits the existing structure travels effortlessly, reinforcing the highway. An idea that contradicts it is like an off-road vehicle trying to cross a mountain range. It requires immense energy to even begin forging a new path, an experience we call cognitive dissonance. These mental structures can become so powerful they generate experiences that conflict with physical reality. The classic example is phantom limb pain. A person can feel an intense itch in a foot that is no longer there. Why? Because the map of the foot, the intricate network of neurons representing it, is still perfectly intact in the brain. It's a scar so deep that it screams louder than the sensory information coming from the body. Our minds can have phantom limbs too. Old beliefs or emotional traumas that continue to send signals long after the originating event is over. Your brain, it turns out, is not a passive receiver of information. It's a prediction machine. Based on every scar and pathway you've ever formed, it builds a model of the world and constantly guesses what's going to happen next. What you perceive as reality is actually a constant comparison between your brain's prediction and the data from your senses. Most of the time, the prediction wins. You don't see what's there. You see what your brain, based on its past, believes should be there. This is called predictive processing. This is why confirmation bias is so powerful. It isn't a simple flaw in reasoning. It's the natural result of an efficient, predictive brain. The brain tunes itself to information that confirms its model because that's the most energy-efficient way to operate. Your thought scars act as a filter, a lens. They don't just record your past, they actively shape your present by dictating what you notice and what you ignore. The world you experience is a world that has been pre-rendered by the marks left by your previous thoughts.
Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.